All right. Now, the last two problems are going to be, let's just say, some super difficult problems. Okay. And it's really going to be the algebra that's going to be rather difficult. So, if you want, I would definitely try these on your own if you haven't done so already. So, in this problem, we've got x's and notice we've got some y's in here. But in the end, I just want to know what is x. So, let's put some angle markings in here, right? We need, this is a 90. Let's put one arc mark up here, two down here, one here, two there. Now, initially, I noticed that x, that's really a side in the mama triangle and the baby triangle. So maybe I try using the mama and the baby triangle. So if I go mama triangle and baby triangle, in the mama triangle, I know the 10 and the x. So let's go 10, let's go x. The 10 is opposite the 2 arc marks. The x is opposite the 1 arc mark. So let's do the same ratio in the baby triangle. Baby triangle opposite 2 is x. Awesome. Opposite the 1 is, oh my gosh, 2y. Huh. So if I go to cross multiply this, I'm going to get x squared equals 20y. I can't really solve that for x, right? I mean, I can square root both sides, but I need an actual number answer for x. And the square root of 20y isn't going to cut it. So here's the deal. Don't erase that, because we're going to use this in a bit here, okay? So let me get rid of this, but I'm going to keep the x squared equals 20y. So now we're going to have to go find something else to do. So we used the baby, baby, and we used mama. How about if we used, I don't know, how about the mama and the papa? Or we could do the baby and the papa. I mean, in the end, I don't think it's really going to matter which one we use here. Let's go mama and papa. So in the mama, we still got the 10 and the x, right? Let's just keep rolling with that. 10 and x. 10 was opposite the 2. X was opposite the 1. So in the papa triangle, what does that look like? Opposite the 2 in the big papa. Opposite of 2, shoot. We don't know that. Okay, well, back to the drawing board. That means we can't use the mama and the papa triangle. So let's try using the baby and the papa triangle. Okay, so it's perfectly fine. Let's go to that. Now in the baby triangle, we know 3 things. We got the x, we got the 2y, we got the y plus 5. If you remember earlier, we used the x and the 2y in the baby triangle. So maybe let's try to reuse those. Let's see where that goes. So let's do the x and the 2y. So in the baby triangle, the x is opposite the 2, the 2y is opposite the 1. So if we go back to papa and we want to do a 2 and a 1, opposite the 2 and the papa is crap, we run into the same situation again. Back to the drawing board. So we're not going to be able to use the x and the 2y. And we keep running into the opposite of the 2 and the papa. So maybe we shouldn't use the x in the baby triangle. Maybe we should use the 2y and the y plus 5 in the baby. So let's go 2y and y plus 5. So in the baby, the 2y is opposite the 1. The y plus 5 is opposite the 90-degree angle. So let's try that. Papa opposite the 1 is the y plus 5. Ooh, okay, so we're working so far here. Forgot my equal sign in between. Opposite the 90 in the papa triangle, that would be the 10 and the 2y added together. Oh man, look, we made an equation here, and it has nothing but y's in it. We're going to be able to solve for y in this problem after we cross multiply. Awesome, and once we know what y is, we can multiply it by 20, and then take the square root, and we'll know what x is. So we've got 2y times the quantity 10 plus 2y equals y plus 5 times another quantity y plus 5. And so distribute one side, 20y plus 4y squared. Double distribute or FOIL the other side. Long story short, y squared plus 10y plus 25. This is definitely looking like a factoring problem, but I need to move everything over to one side. And I'm going to say preferably where the y squared term's positive. So I'm going to move everything over to the left side. So I'm going to subtract the y squared. I'm going to subtract the 10y. And I'm going to subtract the 25 over. And there really is nothing for the 25 to subtract with, so it just basically turns negative over here. All right, let me get some space. I'm getting excited. We're getting almost done here. Move this all up. Okay, so now over here, gone, gone, gone. We got 0 on the right. 4y squared minus y squared, 3y squared. 20y minus 10y, 10y. And then we had minus 25. So now we need two numbers that multiply to be negative 75, right? The 3 times negative 25, 75. And we need them to add to be positive 10. Oh boy. I don't know. What works? Oh, 15 and 5? Positive 15, negative 5? Yeah, that works. So then 3y squared, we'll split up the 10y into 15y minus 5y. Minus 25 equals 0. We got a 3y in common, leaving us with a y plus 5 left over. Next two terms, we can factor out a negative 5 and get a y plus 5 left over. We got a y plus 5 in common with a 3y minus 5 left over there. So now set each one of those equal to 0, and we get that y is equal to negative 5, or y is equal to 5/3. Now, can y be negative 5? Well, I don't know. Can this have a length of negative 10? It cannot. The 5/3 is going to be our good y answer. But remember, we're solving for x in this problem. OMJ. So we get x squared equals 20 times 5/3, which think about that 20 as really being 20 over 1. Multiply the tops and the bottoms, so we get 100/3. Square root both sides, which means we get to square root the numerator and denominator individually. So in the end, square root of 100, there's a 10. Square root of 3, can't do anything with. However, we can rationalize the denominator and get 10 root 3 over 3 as the final fully simplified, because 10/3 is fully simplified, square root of 3 is fully simplified. Wow, that was quite the problem.